Hello everyone. It's time for yarn and tea. And today, hey Tracy, we've got a special guest. Hey Victoria. Carolyn will be on from Swan City Yarns. So I'm excited. She is a great lady. You may know a little bit more about her. But tea today, I have a taller cup. It's cold outside. I'm actually having an herbal tea. Normally I have black tea until end of the day, but I'm having Plum Deluxe Peach Bellini herbal, and it is very good, especially if you like peaches. But it has that rooibos tea, apple pieces, apricot pieces, strawberry pieces, mango pieces, orange peel, pineapple, calendula, rose petals, finally the peach. The peach and papaya essence are in it. So you steep it for 3 to 6 minutes, and it says to use 212 boiling water. So I have been experimenting with the teas and not, steeping them for the full 5 or 6 minutes. I've kind of been playing around to see what I like. So it's about 4 right now on most of my herbals, so it's kind of interesting. But I just had someone in to build a cabinet for me, and I'm going to turn it into my tea bar. And unfortunately, it was missing some parts. Yes, I do sweeten. Tracy, I was telling somebody yesterday, I guess that takes off the herbal part of it, but yeah, I sweeten it. And I sweeten it with something that most people might shun, but I watch my calories. If you get what I mean. No judgment, good. I've tried honey. I love honey on its own, but not in my tea. And, it's single digits there. Wow. No, it's still double, but it's still cold. But it's sunshine, so that always makes it look warmer. But anyway, I'll have the tea bar, hopefully, I thought I'd have it all set up to show off next week, but it may be another week before I can do it. Interesting about the honey. Okay, all I taste is the honey once I put it in my tea. I tried it on one of these teas, and all I could taste was honey. So, interesting. But yes, I have been, I am in love with Plum Deluxe. I think every tea, well, no, I won't say that. Most of the teas I have liked. I've really gotten a better understanding. I love loose leaf now. I really enjoy that. I've had some great black teas from them. I've had wonderful herbals, but I've had a few I haven't cared for. I think we might have discussed this already, but I think I've discovered that it's the black currant I'm not a fan of. But I am trying to narrow it down, but I think that that's the one that bothers me for some reason. But I love it. I already got a monthly tea subscription, so I get 1 tea a month, and it's not very expensive. It's only $10.95, and you get a couple of other things, but you get free shipping then, so it's kind of nice. Carolyn's going to be on. I don't see her yet unless she's incognito under another name. Let me, I've got my laptop here. Let me check on her. We were kind of laughing about I told her to get on Instagram when I went live. I hope I told her right. I drop people. Okay, hold on. Let me just send her an email. Because she's got some great stuff to discuss. Are you ready? Go to my Instagram live. Okay. Well, send it. Okay. So we'll see if she comes on. So anyway, yeah, I can't wait to show you the tea bar, but the cabinet looks a lot smaller than I thought, so I hope I don't have to expand it. But tonight I'm heading out to Duluth, Georgia. So if anyone, it's Tuesday the 18th, so I'll be there at the Cool People Sew. They have a stitch night. I think might be the third Tuesday, if this is the third Tuesday, every month. And it's a great little school. Here she is. So let me send a thing. Hold on. Oh. Okay. All right, we're all learning. Add as a moderator? I don't think that is it. Okay, Carolyn, I might be wrong. See if it allows you to ask me to join. I think if you hit that camera and maybe somebody on the live, there she is. Okay, I accepted. Yay!
Angie, I got to tell you, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but technology and I are not the best of
Well,
friends.
me either, my dear. I've only learned the hard way for the last 5 years. So by all means, I understand what you're talking about. So, and then I do it on live so everybody can see just how horrible I am on it. So,
No.
well, how are you? Is it warm there?
Yeah, it is. We had a little bit of cooling down just the last day or two, but yeah, we're definitely up in the 70s and we've had some 80s.
Oh,
I know.
we had that 2 weeks ago, and then of course, dropped down to the forever, whatever. But it'll come soon. It'll come back soon. I'm ready
Yeah.
for it though,
Yeah.
big time. So, are you getting ready for all your what's going on? What do you got a
Yeah.
lot going on?
Well, yeah, hopefully.
Me too.
So, so you and I are both doing Nash Yarn Fest, and
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, so let's see, I'll do that's in March, and then what's in April? April, I think, is the Georgia Needle Arts
Oh,
Festival.
you're going good.
Yes. Or do you go to
Yeah,
that one?
I have every year, but there was some wires crossed that they weren't going to have it
Oh,
anymore. And then I got asked to be at a retreat in North Carolina. So I booked for that. And then I found out they're doing it. So, but I'm glad. I think some new folks have taken over. And I'm hoping that, they'll do all the things that We always wanted them to do. So it should be good. I think maybe Jim's might be coming to that one too, but I haven't
Oh, cool.
confirmed with them. But they've always been. So,
Okay.
but I guess we need to back up a minute because I know you. I assume everyone else does, but that's not correct. So, Carolyn, Edgar, tell them about Swan City Yarns because it's just kind of open, so to speak, right?
Yeah. So,
So,
well, I've been dyeing yarn since 2017, but back in November, the 1st of November, I opened Swan City Yarn. So it's a baby. It's only 4 months old.
hmm but look at what you're doing. It's awesome. I mean, I'm listening to all your you've got YouTube. For someone who doesn't know all this technology, you've got how many episodes now?
I think we just did 16. So we do it every
Yes.
Friday. We do one. So,
Listen, I need to take your school and learn how to do it. So, but yes, if anyone you don't know about it, you are on you're under Swan City Yarns on YouTube, right?
yep, you can pretty much find me everywhere on under Swan City Yarns, Instagram, my website. I'm even on TikTok at Swan City Yarns.
Man, for someone with, so this must have something to do with maybe some of your children or maybe your husband is helping or you
Yeah,
did it all.
that's pretty much Bo is the one who gets me doing some of that stuff, and he's helped a lot. And just this morning, it was in my Facebook group. I have a Facebook group for my dying to knit people,
Yeah.
and they get to watch. Once a month, I dye up a skein of yarn that they get. But I kept for some reason, all of a sudden, Facebook would not let me see that I had any viewers. It wouldn't let me see their comments. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do. And of course, Bo comes out to the dye studio. And after weeks of having this issue, he fixes it in 5 minutes.
Oh, so now you know to ask him first and quick, right?
Yes, yes. Bo, just come do this. I mean, come on.
I know and I hear they change things all the time. And so, you're not told, but I want it the way it was. Just,
Yeah, just
just when I
leave it.
get to learn it, leave it alone. So,
Yes,
but
exactly.
that's pretty cool. So they can follow you and then because you have what, a club? Is it a,
Yeah, so Dying to Knit is a subscription where when you join, you get put into a Facebook group and you also choose a base. And then once a month, around a theme, I dye up a colorway, a mystery colorway that only they get. So, yeah.
hey, that sounds exciting. At least to watch you dye it up too, by all
Yeah,
means.
it's fun. And then I'll go live during the week. Like this morning, I went live to show them a Mardi Gras colorway that I'm dyeing up. So they got to see me, put down some colors. So it's kind of informal, but it's fun. They're my, I don't know. They're my,
Cheerleaders.
yeah.
That's good. That's awesome. So Swan City, tell everybody what that came from. I know, but I just,
So Lakeland is known for its swans. Back in the 50s, I want to say it was 1952, Queen Elizabeth apparently gifted the city with its first pair of swans. And now we have a bunch. There's, all around. And the city has kind of made a thing of it. So you can go, especially downtown, but other areas of Lakeland too. There are a bunch of different artistic swan statues around.
that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, I, that's good history, and I love it. I think that's pretty nice, and I love your logo. I love the neon on your YouTube. I mean, that's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
like
well,
that a
that
lot.
was Bo. That was Bo's idea too. He comes up
Oh,
with
are
the
you
best
for
ideas.
hire?
I know exactly. That's what I said. He didn't make the logo, but it was his idea to have it in
Yeah.
neon. Because they're, yeah, it just looks cool.
Well, I like it a lot. It
Yeah.
really looks good. In fact, I told, because I'm getting someone who's taking the videos that I'm doing with this, and she's been, prepping them and putting them on the YouTube. I said, check out her intro and check out the, whatever it's called that, I was didn't know, but she knew what I was talking about. So I gave her about 3 or 4 different people, and I said, "Check it out and let's see it." But hers is really cool. But anyway, it was kind of
Neat.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So well, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say you heading over to YouTube as well, is that right?
Well, I'm trying. I thought I would try it and see. I've got a lot of folks that want me to go live on Facebook, but I was go here so it could post to Instagram. I mean Facebook, and then from Facebook, I go in there and save it, the video, and then I put it on YouTube.
Smart.
I
Very
did
smart.
not know that Instagram, but they don't save the discussions or anything. But
Mhm.
but that's how I was trying to do it, and then at least hit all 3 places. But um, we'll see. We'll see. I could go live there and YouTube, and that's kind of the game plan. But at least I can hit all 3, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
And you can, I don't know if you can post to Instagram after, but I know you can download from YouTube as well. So
yeah, so that's
you
you know
have options.
I do like I'm some big thing, but you know what I mean.
Hey,
I love to play. I love to play, so that's good.
absolutely.
Well, so I know that you have been dying for a long time, but what got you to be a dyer? I mean, what was your inspiration to start dyeing, or how'd that come about?
That was actually, we realized that we had both started knitting. We were out of touch for a while and we had both started knitting. And then we're both the type to, we always like to be challenged. I know I do. Like, I always like learning new things. And then once I've learned it, then how can I be better at it? And so we decided, you know what, wouldn't it be fun to have a little business on the side? Because, that's kind of my thing. I'm always hustling. What can I do? What's the next thing?
Good for
So
you.
yeah, and so we just decided to start dyeing yarn and figured out that I was the more organized in terms of keeping recipes and things like that. So I became the dyer, and yeah, it just went from there.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So, when you started this, is there any particular um, method to your madness? I mean, are you have a theme throughout, or are you just going with the flow of what you want to feel like dying,
Yeah,
or
yeah. So one thing that I've started doing that's a little bit different for me is kind of releasing colorways in collections. So rather than just putting out a new colorway every week and, oh, this is the colorway of the week, instead, it's more about taking some time and dyeing up a collection of colors that go well together.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, which also obviously works well when you're doing yarn festivals and things like that because people
Yeah.
see your samples and then they can buy the collection if they want or part of the collection. And yeah, so that's kind of my thing is doing that and always trying to find what are the best colors that go together because anybody can throw colors together. I mean,
Yeah.
that's but there's sometimes some pinks look better with certain greens than others, and so I'm just always trying to better myself and find out what colors go better together and what will appeal to most people. And I still put out, like this week I'm putting out a collection of green colors because we were talking on my last live that I need some greens in the shop, and St. Patrick's Day is coming up and Mardi Gras, and so I do put out like kind of random
Yeah.
colorways and things in between, but the goal is to kind of dye up collections that go together nicely. So yeah.
Where do you get your inspiration, though? I mean, do you look any special place, or is it all in here?
Um, it depends. It can come. So, for example, I was thinking I want to do a Mardi Gras colorway because I don't actually have anything that's green and purple and yellow. And honestly, those are colors that I wouldn't normally put together, but it is the Mardi Gras color scheme. So
Right.
I went, the first thing that I did is I went through my color samples because I've got little sheets of so let me tell you, so scientific here. In the dye studio, I keep these sheets of paper towels, and I have all of my greens on one, and then all of my yellows and oranges on another. And so that's my first step, is that I just played together with the colors. Okay, which ones of these look nicer together? And
Okay.
then I will do a practice pot. But I also have, so I have color cubes that I use that are, they have miscellaneous pictures from nature and other scenes, that if I'm looking for something, I might pull one of those up and use that as inspiration. Sometimes I haven't done this recently, but in the past, customers would post pictures or something as inspiration, and sometimes I'll pull one of those randomly out
Yeah,
and dye that. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
yeah,
Pretty cool. So I know we're going to do something
yes.
special.
Hmm.
So I I'll let you tell them about it, because it was kind of your idea to just trust you with what. So you're doing a collection, right? For me.
I am. And so, yeah, because we were talking about doing something for you, and then turns out we're both going to be at Nash Yarn Fest, and we don't want you to have the same colors that I'm bringing. So I'm dyeing up a set of 5 colors that go nicely together. And yeah, you'll have them at
It
Nash Yarn
sounds
Fest.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually dyeing them up. One pot has already been dyed, and then the rest will be dyed up tomorrow. So.
Yay! I'm so excited. And I know the color names, but I'm still gonna wait and be surprised and everything. So, but you
Yeah.
kind of described them, but I'm still gonna wait and surprise. Now,
Yeah.
or I forgot what we're doing it on. What base?
Trusty DK.
Okay, that's right. Because I
Yeah.
needed some good DK. I have got room and I have a perfect place for it. So I'm
Nice.
excited.
All right.
Yes, 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 yes. So talk about your bases though. You do have quite a few of them. So what are your faves, or what's your new, or you know?
I do actually, and that I think that's one of the things that I struggle with, is not having too many bases, but at the same time, you want to make sure that everybody gets what they want.
Yeah.
I think my favorites right now are my alpaca bases, to be honest. I just
Ooh.
happen to have them here.
Mm.
So first of all, so here are the 3 bases that I have, all
Ooh.
dyed up in the same colorway. This is your blushing.
Wow.
And so first, here it is on lace weight. So I call it fluffy lace. So I've told my people, if it says fluffy in the name, then that means it has alpaca. So
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
yeah. So fluffy lace has 65% Surrey alpaca, and then 35% silk. So it's
Oh,
wonderful.
oh yeah.
Um,
Is it
and
a? It's a lace weight.
it is.
Okay.
And in the past, a lot of people were kind of not stuck with mohair, but that was the big thing. And then with this coming out, I think it's kind of opened it up to more people, because mohair can make some people itch and they
Yeah.
don't like it as well. But this is super soft and airy and light and comfortable. So, yeah, so
Unless
that's
that
kind of,
she wishes she could feel things through the phone.
yes. Yeah, because it really is. So for example, I recently, and with the halo on it, you can knit it at a higher gauge than lace
That's
weight, for example,
what I
like
thought. How many yards is in it?
437.
Yeah, that's kind of close to a fingering. Could be, I guess,
Yeah, so
thinking
you can
about it.
hold it like in this that I'm wearing here. This is the Chic Poncho by
Yeah.
Yumiko Alexander. And I held it a strand of the sock weight or fingering weight and lace weight together.
Ooh.
Um, yeah, so that's what a lot of people like to do, is hold it together. But in this one, this is the Cumulus blouse by Petite Knit. And I just held 2 strands double of the fluffy lace, and so it acts at this, it was a DK gauge at this weight
Okay.
for holding it together. And it's just super like light and airy. It feels like you're wearing a cloud. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love
So
it.
that's the lace weight. And then this is the one. So I called it fluffy sock, even though you're not going to knit socks with it by itself because it's got, let me make sure I get my percentage. So it's 70% baby alpaca with 20% silk and 10% cashmere. So it's got a huge amount of drape. I mean, look at that.
Oh yeah. They'll
But
be falling
it's
down.
perfect. Yeah, it's perfect for something like this. Or like I recently at a trunk show, I had a lady ask me, she said, "So this is fluffy sock. Can I knit socks with it?" And I was like, "Well, no," I said, "I really did that to keep it consistent with, like my trusty sock and silky sock. And so this is fluffy sock, but, it's fingering weight." But I said, one thing that I did, I wrote a sock pattern. I happen to have that right here too, that uses,
Ooh.
this is called Fleece Your Feet. And basically what I did was I held a strand of the fluffy sock with a strand of trusty sock
Okay.
because what I was going for was the warmth and the squishiness of the alpaca
Okay.
with the stitch definition and stitch memory of the trusty sock because it has merino and nylon.
Okay. So it's like
And
the BK weight.
yeah,
Okay.
so if you're holding one strand of each, you just knit it at a DK gauge. So in
Okay.
that way, you can knit socks out
Yeah,
of it.
I like
And
that.
they're super warm. These, they're my go-to socks anytime my feet get cold is find me
Okay.
a pair of socks with some alpaca in it.
So tell us the name of the pattern. Is it on Ravelry?
Yeah, it is. Fleece Your Feet.
Okay.
Yep, it's on Ravelry. And you can really, obviously, you can use any DK weight yarn, but
Sure.
the pattern suggests that you hold a strand of the fluffy sock with a strand of trusty sock.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yummy.
So, and of course, it's like I said, and what's funny is I've always told people I don't know that I would knit a full garment out of it, but I've actually had some people knit like sweaters and they seem to do okay. So you do what you you do what you want to do.
That's right. Exactly.
It's all about experimenting anyway. And then this base, this is brand new to me ever since I opened Swan City. And this is the Fluffy DK. So it's like the lace weight in that it has a big halo to it. I mean, you can even see it. Look at that.
You cut out a
But
bare minute, Carolyn. So is that DK?
yeah,
Is that
so
yeah?
it's DK.
Three.
Yes, you and I were talking about this a little bit. So this one is 90% baby Surrey alpaca and 10% silk.
Yes.
But I love it so much. And again, see, that's one where I would have thought you're not going to knit a garment out of it, but I did. This is The Broom by Andrea Mowry, which
Yes.
I heavily modified it. You can see I made it short sleeved. I didn't
Sure.
put the
Oh
turtleneck
Lord, that would
on.
have drove me crazy.
Yeah. But
Mm.
it's just amazing and it's actually not that hot. You might,
Yeah.
you would think that it is because it's
Yeah.
alpaca, but it actually just feels like a nice cloud, like I'm wearing a
Yeah.
cloud. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I did one with so another dyer has that. I think she got it. I think I had it early last year. I don't know. I had it in I can't remember now, but it was a big thing coming. I knew, and I used it for Hoagie's sweater, the no, the raglan, boxy raglan cardigan.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
a black, her sweater's black and white,
Uh-huh.
but she used that or similar. And
Okay.
so it only took all the sizes just took, because how many yards is that? Two something? Two?
246. It
Yeah,
has quite a bit for
I
DK.
know. So it basically took like two of each color because it was striped. And so it was done on a big needle.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was done in no time.
Nice.
And it gets a lot of looks because it is so soft.
Yeah.
So that's a big seller. I'm sure it will be for you, especially in your colorways. Oh, you'll love them
Yeah.
because
I'm gonna have to check out
there's
that
a lot of
pattern.
stuff. Yeah, check that one out. And there's I'm actually looking at a vest. I have to it was only in centimeters. So I've got to do some I know. I have to do some figuring and everything, but it's just, but it's using, I know you could get away. I bet if I did that and even a lace weight merino with it, because it's calling for a bigger, but I think it's going to go good because the halo's so big on it,
Oh yeah.
you know. So I'll share that one with you too because
Okay.
I think it's on a 12 or oh, I know what it was. They had an 8 millimeter, no, six. Anyway, 7 millimeter, and I think 6.5 is 10.5. Anyway,
Big.
the millimeter that they showed, there's no US. Um,
Oh, equivalent.
yes.
Huh.
So I was like, okay, I'll just have to, take a guess and see how what comes up. But that was the only
Yeah.
thing that bothered me. I thought, well, woo, okay, because it went from, 10.5, then 11. So in between, it was weird.
Yeah.
So I'd never seen that before. So, but it was not real big, but it just looked like it would be nice, just like you said, a cloud,
Yeah.
just add a little bit of coziness too.
Yeah.
So.
Now, are you a gauge swatcher? So like will you okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I have a
I
lot of people
was.
that are not. They're like, "No, what's that? What's gauge
I know.
swatching?"
I guess I got really into it when I met Kimberly McAlinden, and she, has several classes. And what happened was I was test knitting for her, but I wanted. She was wearing the ranunculus, and I thought that sweater was like I would never wear that. I swipe, 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 swipe. And when she had it on, she had knit it to a size 50, which is what I normally make And I went, "What? You can do that?"
Yeah.
I couldn't. And then the light bulb started clicking, and so I said, "Okay, well now that's what I look for because I don't care for a lot of these, even though it sounds great and it looks great on that
Mhm.
skinny little
Yeah.
fella over there, but it doesn't look so great on
Yeah.
me." So, but yeah, I'm big time, and I actually had a conversation with my a client last night, and she had just picked the pattern up, got the yarn that a similar base and the same needles, and went to town.
Yep.
And I said, "You're a tight knitter, and you're extremely tight knitter." So she said, "Well, I'm measuring it now." I said, "Have you blocked that?" "No." Okay. I said, "You don't know. Could be plump up. It could also um, go down. Once you block it, you can't." Anyway, I gave my,
Yeah.
soapbox, and people have to learn. I mean, it took me a while, but now it's like, I've had to do swatches 3 and 4 times because I'm trying to get that yarn to fit that gauge, and sometimes it don't work.
Right.
You just have to, okay, that yarn's not going to be for this sweater. We're going to have to change it a little bit. So,
Sure.
now
Yeah.
do you swatch?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah. And but to be honest,
Whoops, we lost you.
so
Okay.
sometimes these sweaters, for example, the broom actually called for quite a bit of ease, and I didn't want that much.
No.
So even though I found gauge, I was like, well, I don't want that much ease. So I can't remember if I went down a size or if I think I went down a size. And so in that case, it ended up coming out perfectly because,
Good.
I could have kind of shot myself in the foot,
Well,
even though I did the
I still
swatch.
get gauge. I still get gauge when I do that, but I just choose the size that so like that for that I did that so long ago. I think it was a 38. So I did the size 38 because the finished product was going to be a 50.
Yes.
So from the schematic. So I still had to get gauge.
Yes.
But I choose that. Now there's other math you can do, but
Yeah. Yeah,
here
I
we go.
haven't made it
That's
that far.
math technology. Okay. They're in the
Exactly.
same the
Exactly.
same place, but I swatch.
Yes.
And the other thing I learned with swatching, which always people used to tell me at the shop many, 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 many years ago, just get the stitch count, just get the stitch count. That's all you need to worry about. And I would go, okay, because I never would get the row count until
Yeah.
Kimberly sat down and said, Angie, that means that your rows, for you to knit an inch, it's this many rows. So it does matter. So now you don't have to keep measuring when it says to knit 10 inches. You take your inch and the rows times that, and and you know what?
Exactly.
It is so much fun not to, have to keep, because I keep, it never grows. And then one time it's way, so
Yes.
I just count the rows. And even though it's not going to be exactly the same, Carolyn, because I got to block it,
Yeah.
it has. It's been really cool. So it's been eye opening for
Yeah.
me, and
Yeah.
I've made things that fit. The
Yeah.
only reason it won't fit is if I have changed, body wise,
Yeah.
but otherwise, it's pretty good.
Yeah. And it's nice to know that you can, having that confidence as you're knitting the pattern that
Mhm.
this is going to come out the way that I want it to,
Right,
and I can make it work for the outfit that I want to make it work for.
right,
So, yeah,
exactly, exactly. So, do you do a lot of knitting? Do you?
not as much as I would like.
Okay.
I think I don't know. Like, for example, this, that was one of the, well, I wanted to knit with the fluffy DK anyway, because this was the first that I got to knit with it. So I needed to knit with it anyway, but it was nice that it knit up fast, being,
Yeah.
DK weight, and actually it really knit up more like, I think it probably is more of a worsted gauge just because of that halo. But, so I kind of have to, you know, I always have a pair of socks on the needles. Like right now, I have a hat that I'm knitting for Bo, and I'm knitting. It's so funny you said ranunculus because I'm knitting ranunculus, but
Okay.
it always takes me a little bit longer because usually most days by the time I get to knit, it's later in the evening when we're sitting and watching TV. So I don't get to knit as much as I want.
Right.
So I do make use of sample knitters, like.
Good for you, because I'm still looking for some. I have one, so I keep putting out,
Well,
this
I'll check with
pattern.
mine if you want and see if
Yeah,
if they're interested.
if they
Yeah,
are, let me
because
know. Oh,
okay.
that's
Yeah,
pretty.
so like this is the shift. You've
Oh
probably
yeah.
seen this one.
Oh
Yeah. So she
yes.
knit Laura, one of my sample knitters, knit this out of Trusty Sport for me.
Okay.
Um using three of the colors from the new collection. But for me, if I had had to knit this, I would have needed way more planning time because it would just have taken me so much longer. So I don't get to knit as much as I want, but
Yeah.
I try to knit every day. How
Yeah.
about
Well,
you?
that's
Do you?
good. That's good. Yeah, I pretty much every day, but not, maybe a couple of rows. It just depends on what I have going on.
Yeah.
But the earlier this year, I made myself start 7 projects. And it was funny because I do get bored on one sometimes, and I
Yeah.
change, but I didn't want to have to cast on. So I got them all lined up. And then that way I
Oh,
just go grab one and then, but I make sure that I know where I'm at. I make sure I
yeah.
write all the notes down because I was bad about that. But that way, and believe it or not, I've gotten 4 of those done.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, I was pretty. So now I can cast on a few more and put them up on the shelf. But at the same time, I know what's priority and what I'm trying to get done. So, but like you said, for sample knitter, I did get somebody. I've got someone in Augusta, and then my friend, I see her. She's on here now,
Oh.
sidelines and skeins. She was my sample knitter, but she went back to work.
Uh,
So you have to understand that part, right?
yeah.
But she said if she ever got, free again, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Because it was fun. Let's see what else. So you've got a couple of shows, but then you don't have any plans to well, are you gonna be where can they find your yarns other than moi? Are you out there in any other shops right now?
I am. I am at She Sells Yarn in Ormond Beach. at Knit and Stitch Boutique in Cocoa, and then also at Knitcessities in Orlando.
Oh, good.
I hope I'm
I
not
want to come
forgetting
down to
anybody.
Florida.
You
I
need
want to
to.
take Pearl. I think I am. I think I'm going to figure out how I can stage where I can go to different places and not make her ride so long, but stop, do, and then go. I
Yeah,
really do. And make like a little tour. So,
nice.
because I feel like I know North Carolina real well south. I even need to do it here in Georgia. So, but anyway,
You have
so
an event tonight, right? Don't you? I thought I saw.
it's at a
Nice.
little. I think I was telling everybody it's at a little sewing school that is in Duluth, Georgia, and so they have a stitch night there. But the owner, Jamie, she's so there's I forgot the other lady's name, but Jamie I know from when we started because she was kind of new too, and she teaches sewing classes and children the camps and all of that. But her partner was into quilting, so they do some of that. But then they have classes for knitting and for crocheting, and so it's
Oh,
kind of a
nice.
cool thing.
Yeah.
So I go, and then that's pretty centered for a lot of the folks to come. So it's kind of nice. So I get to see people and park Pearl and just relax and have fun.
Yeah.
So that's when I get back. I've got a busy March and then a busy April, and then I can start, putting some things together around town here. But
Yeah.
it's kind of I've got to go do these things that I've been asked to do. So I kind of like it. So just how
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
So anything else going on? Anything new? Any patterns or anything coming out?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that
My
you can do it all.
yeah. Well, I don't know about that,
Yeah,
but
you can.
um
Yeah. What was that? What's the pink pattern you just showed? I didn't hear you say, or did you say it and I didn't listen?
this
No,
one,
the one you did in the DK, the
oh,
the fluffy DK. What was that?
the pattern is Broom by
Oh, you
Andrea
did
Mowry.
another one. Oh, is that the same one you just showed?
Um, you mean on social media?
No,
Yeah.
just now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, oh, okay. Am
Yep.
I terrible? I thought. Oh, but I see it's very good. Okay, I see
Well,
now.
I used three colors
Okay,
in this. Her
okay.
pattern doesn't tell you to
No,
do that, but I
but who
did
cares?
it.
You do it your
Yeah,
own way.
that's right. I got to make it my own. So I
Okay,
did.
crazy. I'm trying to see if there were any questions. I know. Okay. Oh, somebody says I hate swatching for garments. It does matter.
Oh,
Yes, it
Karen.
does.
Yep. Yeah, it
And
does. Well,
and
I've learned that's so if I need to swatch, then I get out during the day, I'll grab a few minutes and I'll set aside the yarn and the needles and I'll put them on the couch. So that night when I'm tired and I don't feel like, okay, I'm casting on. And so it takes one evening, because then you can quickly go block it or wash it and hang it up to dry so that the next day it's ready to go. So you
that's right.
spend one evening doing it, and then unless you need to change, then you can do another one. But
And you know what I've started doing is I do the swatches and then I'll write on a tag, the yarn, obviously, the needle
Mhm.
size, and what it came out, and I do an app before and after. But that way I can kind of use that as a go back to if I find a pattern and so I try to do that in all the yarn that I have on the bus. That so that I don't
Nice.
have to do now, of course, sometimes the needle size changes, but it kind of gives me an idea. So I
Yeah,
think I've got sixes or sevens on a lot of them, but I need to start doing fours and threes because that's been what I've been picking up lately. But and I just keep that separate. I just, because I just don't, not that I still will do a
sure.
swatch because your knitting can
Hmm.
change. But at the same time, I kind of can know, okay, I don't have to start with a different size. I can go with that one. So we'll see how
Yeah.
that goes. But but that's kind of one of the things I do. But I've
Yeah.
wasted so much yarn, it's ridiculous. But Anla says another hat pattern. Well, Bonnie beanie.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the Bonner beanie
yeah,
that I have.
Bonner beanie.
Yeah. So that one, let me see if I should have a sample in
Is
here.
that in the DK?
This is actually in super bulky. I
Oh,
wrote this pattern.
oh, that's your pattern. Okay,
Yes. Yeah,
that's
it's called the
sweet.
Bonner beanie.
Okay,
Because
I
my son's name is Connor. I call him Connor Bonner Bear. I used to. He doesn't, he's too
know,
old for
I
that
know.
now. So yeah, so this is just a fun, super simple beanie that you can make out of super bulky. Um,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
See, people know you already.
Oh, they're so sweet.
Uh, Oh, she said she missed doing knitting for me, but I hope all is going well, my dear. That's all that matters. But she did a lot for me, so the sample. So, but
Yeah,
anyway, well, I guess we'll see each other in March.
we
And
will.
are you coming up? Well, I've got to get there by noon on Thursday or Friday to pull in first
Yeah,
for some reason. I guess they're having the trucks go in first. So
that's
that's
cool.
fine with me. I'll get there early and then I can go do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Do-
I've not been to Nashville in a while, so.
yeah, we love Nashville. Oh,
Uh,
Nashville's one of our favorite towns, so
okay.
we're excited. Yeah.
Is Bo
Oh
coming?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
his daughter
Fantastic.
lives there, so we go every year at Thanksgiving and spend a week
Oh,
there. So
oh well,
yeah, we love
then
all.
you know the whole place then.
Eh, I mean, there's still a lot. We tend to not do the touristy stuff as
Yeah,
much. We go visit all the coffee shops and um, different shopping areas and stuff like that. And
that's
yeah,
pretty
we just
cool.
have a good time. Yeah, I know
Well,
you're a big tea drinker.
I,
Do you like coffee too?
I do like coffee. I just
Okay.
started with the tea. I don't know, it just sounded like something new to do. And believe it or not, like I told everybody last year, I went down a rabbit hole with the tea.
Yeah.
So
Well, I heard you say you like herbal teas, right?
I
Which is
do.
unusual, but my daughter and I like herbal teas too. She's a
Yes.
huge tea drinker. Yeah.
Really? Well,
Oh
she
yeah.
has to get try some of this Plum Deluxe.
Okay.
I I mean, I like a lot of theirs, but this was Peach Bellini. Then they've got a pear and cinnamon that's so
Okay.
good.
I'll look it
Um,
up.
yeah, because I've been learning about the different teas and everything, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But it is a lot. It's a lot, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Something kind of separate to kind of keep, but it kind of goes
Yeah.
together.
Sure.
In fact, I'm gonna have a Mother's Day box coming out soon. I haven't announced it, but I
Awesome.
kind of did then, and I'm gonna do tea, yarn and tea. So we'll
Oh,
see
that's
what happens.
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Well, thank you, my dear. I appreciate it so
Thank
much.
you.
And last week I asked a question, put it on the Instagram, and actually no one. Two people answered, but they were all from Facebook, so nobody from Instagram paid attention. So I asked last week where Jim's got their name
I,
from, and
I know
so,
where it came from.
uh-huh. And so I had two winners, so Kathy Nelson and Debbie Kanzelmeyer. So I'll be sending them a little something.
Oh,
So
cool.
you guys kind of pay attention and read the comments of the once I get it posted, because there'll be something asked that we talked about today, and you can win a
I,
prize. And
I
that goes
love
for
it.
Facebook too. So, all right, guys. Thank you, Carolyn. Love you. Can't wait to
Thank
spend time
you.
with you.
Oh,
Okay, babe.
always. Anytime.
All right,
Bye.
bye.